Hello children, as promised you, I am sending the video of 2 lessons. We have done the 3 lessons, now we are going to do the fourth one, Landscape of Soul by Nathalie Troll. So I have given some word meanings, so you can go through it after we finish understanding the lesson and copy down them in your notebook. Okay, so it will be helpful to you for comprehension. Sometimes synonyms or word meanings or antonyms may be asked. So if you know the meaning, you can do that very well. So let us have a look at Landscape of Soul. So this chapter is mainly about the how different the Chinese art form is from the European art form, the difference between the two. So here 2-3 stories have been given, and the first story is about Wu Dozi, whose painting is commissioned by the Emperor Tang Zuzong. Okay, and when he was looking at the painting, Wu Dozi was explaining to him, and it was a uh, very detailed painting involving forest and mountains and many trees and everything, and there was a path in the painting. So the emperor was watching it, and the painter clapped his hands, and an entrance to the door of a cave opened, and the painter entered the cave, and the entrance closed behind him, and immediately even the painting was gone from the wall. So Chinese paintings are full of such stories. There's another story where a painter wouldn't draw the eye of a dragon as he feared that the dragon would fly out of painting, as if the paintings have soul in it. That is the name of the chapter also. So as if they are the living paintings, they have soul in it. So that there is one more painter story, but that is a European story from Flanders. Okay. So in this European story, now you will understand the difference. So European stories of paintings are not about spirit, they are not about soul, but they are about exactness. Okay. So there was a blacksmith who fell in love with a painter's daughter, and the father did not approve of him. So the blacksmith sneaked, means chori chupe. Without his knowledge, he entered his studio and he painted the fly on the painter's latest panel. Now the fly seemed so real that the painter tried to swat it, means hit it. Okay, and then he realized it was a painting. So he accepted him as a trainee, and later the blacksmith was able to marry the daughter of the painter, as well as he became the famous painter also. So such stories are important part of China's classical education, and the books of Confucius and Zhuangzi are full of them. So that helps the master to guide his disciple in the right direction. The Chinese painter does not want you to borrow his eyes. He is not interested in creating an exactness, but he has more detail. He has a path where he wants you to travel at leisure. He wants you to enter his mind. The landscape is the inner one, a spiritual, a conceptual space. Whereas European painter wants you to borrow his eyes and look at the particular landscape exactly as he saw it from a specific angle. But the Chinese painter does not choose a single viewpoint. His landscape is not real. You can enter it from any point, then travel in it, and he creates a path for your eyes to travel. Okay? So now, when we are talking about Chinese paintings, they use the concept of Shan Shui or Daoism. Dao is two. So Shan Shui is also about two poles, water, mountain and water. Literally, Shan Shui means mountain and water. So that represent the world landscape. Okay. So these two elements of Dao is two. Dao means two. So they represent the two complementary poles. Mountain is yang, vertically reaching towards the heavens, stable, warm and dry, whereas water is yin. So yang is mountain and yin is water, the feminine aspect of the universal energy, the counterpart of yang. Yang is active and masculine, whereas yin is cool and that is the feminine aspect, and it lies horizontal like the water bodies. So what often is overlooked is the third essential element, that is the middle void. All the Chinese paintings have a space, white space, wherein that is called the middle or void for the interaction of yang and yin. And similarly, if we compare it with our yogic practice of pranayama, like we breathe in, retain, so there's space inside our body also to retain the breath, and then we breathe out. So the suspension of breath is the void where the meditation occurs. That middle void is essential. Nothing can happen without it. Similarly, that white unpainted space is very important in Chinese landscape. Okay. So now I have given you the question answers as well. So please copy them down in your notebooks. Okay. So in the end of the lesson, there is a report given about Nekchen, who was Indian person, a very senior person of 80 years, known for his outsider art contribution, and he created a rock garden, uh, which is called. There are 2-3 parts. One is called the Woman by Waterfall, and in the raw art, a person can use anything from a tin to sink or any recyclable material. So people who have inborn talent, who have not taken any training about art, but still they are very good at it. So they are the people who are doing the work of art art or raw art. So in our country, Nekchand is famous and he is a celebrity. Even UNESCO celebrated his uh, genius art. Okay. So please go through the question answers and write them in your notebook. And that's all for today. And thank you very much. Please keep your notebooks ready and complete, because school will want you to submit them in October after your first term. And your internal 20 marks depend on that also. Okay. So thank you very much.